My name is Cam. I'm 20 years old and this happened about 10 years ago. I used to live across the street from my friend Eric. One Saturday, my parents were going away for a night, but I didn't want to go. So we all arranged that I would sleep over my friend Eric's house. We ordered pizza. I spent the night playing video games and watched a few movies. I'm not sure what time it was. It was pretty late, probably around 1 in the morning, I think. I was flicking through Eric's PlayStation games when Eric said, "I thought your parents were going away for the night." I said, "Yeah, they are." "But there's someone in the house," Eric said. Confused, I got up and looked out the window where Eric was looking, and there was a light on, and someone was walking around in one of the rooms. Eric asked me who that could be. I told him I had no idea. My parents were out of town for the night, and we never had anyone come over by our house unannounced, especially at this time of night. Instead of waking Eric's parents or trying to call the police, we came up with this idea to sneak out and investigate who was in my house. Looking back, this was the dumbest thing I ever did, but we were just young boys. We grabbed a couple of flashlights, snuck out of Eric's back door, and headed over to my house. We didn't even think of how we would get in, but we didn't need to because the front door had been forced open. Upon entering the house, we saw there were damp, muddy footprints leading upstairs. I'm not sure if whoever was inside heard us, but we started following the footprints, and one of the lights turned off. At this point, I was getting afraid, and I told Eric we should just leave and tell someone. Eric proceeded upstairs, however. I didn't follow him up. I kept whispering to him, "Eric, come, let's go." He ignored me and continued going up. He walked into one of the rooms, and I lost sight of him. I then bravely went upstairs to see where he went. I walked into my bedroom, and a foul odor hit me in the face. I kept whispering Eric's name, but he wouldn't answer. Then I heard something. It sounded like sobbing. I was scanning the room with my flashlight. In one of the corners of the room, I could see Eric's shoes. I raised the flashlight and I saw a disgusting, dirty hand that was covered in cuts and dirt covering Eric's mouth. The next thing I saw would haunt me for the rest of my life. I raised the flashlight once more, and the person covering Eric's mouth was a man who had a massive grin on his face, a vile beard and long, straight, black and gray, greasy hair. The way he was staring at me traumatized me. His eyes were wide and filled with rage. I screamed as loud as I could and ran out the bedroom. The man proceeded to chase me down the stairs and out the house. I thought I was going to die. Thankfully, when he ran outside, there was a police car pulling into the driveway. Someone had phoned the police when they saw flashlights and someone wandering around the house. The man saw the police and ran off. As he ran, there were things dropping out of his pocket, screwdrivers, a few other small tools, and one object that fell out. However, it wasn't a tool. It was a long, rusty, dirty blade. Thankfully, the man was found and arrested. Eric was unharmed, and so was I. The scary thing was the man didn't seem to have taken anything, so that suggests his interests were much, much more sinister. Eric and I remain best friends, but he nor I will ever forget this terrifying experience.